Hello students, once again in our fourth chapter, effects of electric current. Today we discuss three main topics. One of them is galvanometer. Galvanometer is the instruments which is measure the electric current in either side, and this you have to see what is going on in that instruments. After that, Faraday's law of induction. Michael Faraday introduced a new law. It is related with the magnetic field and electric current, and how the induced current is carried out in a conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field. This you have to study. After that, Fleming's right hand rule. Fleming's right hand rule. We have already seen that in left hand rule we have see thumb, index finger and middle finger mutually perpendicular to each other. Thumb shows there in the last one. Thumb shows the direction of force acting on the conductor. Forefinger shows the direction of a magnetic field, and the middle finger shows the direction of electric current. Same thing, same parameter it can shows, but law is quite different, and this we have to study today. So it will start from first topic, galvanometer. So what is meant by galvanometer? We already heard the name. Ammeter is there, voltmeter is there. So next one is galvanometer. Galvanometer is the instruments which can measure the quantity of current and the direction of current. It is a sensitive device. It is a sensitive device, and it is made of. Its function is just like that when electric motor. The same function, the function of electric motor and the function of galvanometer is same. What you have to do? We have to place a coil. Coil is there, and it can be placed between two magnets, strong magnets, and when the current is flowing, when current is passing through this coil, it deflects, and it deflects according to the direction of current, from left to right or right to left. It can indicates on the dial. So this instrument is called a galvanometer. So what we have specifically we have mentioned the galvanometer because the galvanometer indicates the direction of the current, and this instrument we have to utilize in our next topic, which is Faraday's law of induction. But before this law, we have to see the activities. Here is activity 1. We have coil is there, a rectangular frame is there of a copper wire, which is insulating copper wire, and at these two ends we have to join a galvanometer is there. Galvanometer. Why galvanometer we have to use it here? Because galvanometer shows either in which way the direction of the current is there. Direction of current in which way, this we have to find out by using a galvanometer is there. Here is a solenoid coil is there, and solenoid coil, here is electric circuit is there, here is key and here is cell. So when key is closed, we know that when key is closed, what happens? The electric current is flowing in the circuit. Okay, electric current is flowing in the circuit, and what you have to see in its neighbor, we are keeping a coil is there. Okay, coil is there, and the coil is attached with a galvanometer. So galvanometer, the purpose of connecting the galvanometer here, the direction of electric current flowing in the coil. So question arises here. There is no source attached to the coil. Rather than that, we can easily find there is a flowing of electric current in the coil. Okay, so the flowing of electric current in the coil is due to the vicinity of that particular magnetic field. That means we already know that when the cell is connected, the electric current is flowing in the solenoid coil. Okay, so solenoid coil already possesses electric current which is traveling or passing through this in a unit direction. unique direction, that is from positive terminal to negative terminal. But what happens when we displace this, when we just moving this solenoid coil towards right? So what happens? We can easily see the deflection in the galvanometer. Why it happens? When we displaces this instrument here, we can easily see the displacement in a galvanometer. If we change the polarity, we can easily say that there is a deflection in galvanometer in either way. Okay. If it is in first case, it is in right direction. When polarity change, it is in a left direction. So that we can easily analyze that the movement of the solenoid coil can causes the electric current in a coil. So why all these things are happen? We already know when electric current is passing through the circuit, there is surrounded by a magnetic field is there. Okay, there is surrounded by a magnetic field is there. So in presence of a magnetic field, if the magnetic material, in presence of a magnetic field, a magnetic material is introduced there. So and there is change in its location, that means they can displace us from each other, then we can easily see that we know that there is a strong magnetic lines are there. Okay, these are magnetic lines, and what happens due to the displacement of this thing, there is change in the magnetic lines of forces. What actually happened there, that these magnetic lines of forces, we can see easily. These magnetic lines of forces are cutted or changing. Okay, they are displaced. Due to the displacement of a solenoid coil, there is the magnetic lines, that means the magnetic field is around the solenoid coil due to the electric current. Okay, first one, due to this cell there is a electric current is flowing through it, and due to that there its surrounding, we can easily see the direction of a magnetic field. The direction of current is such like that the direction of magnetic field is the magnetic lines are such like that. So what happen is there? There is a strong magnetic field is there, and these magnetic lines is cutted, or the change in magnetic lines due to the magnetic coil, that is magnetic material in presence of him, in surrounding of him, and it can experienced by this galvanometer. Okay, and another way we can see the deflection in the slight change in the deflection due to increasing or decreasing the electric current. By decreasing electric current, we can easily see that there is a low deflection in the galvanometer in either side. If we increase the electric current, we can easily see there is a deflection in that type of proportion, how much amount of electric current is flowing in the circuit. So in this way, the law we have to establish here. But before that, once again there is another on page number 58. We can see on a page number 58, we can easily see, by keeping this instrument as it is, if we displace this coil from the solenoid, if we carried out this coil away from the solenoid coil, we also experienced that there is a deflection in the galvanometer. So that we can easily find that even though magnetic field is displaced, or a magnetic material is displaced, or that conductor, that coil is displaced, we can easily find that there is a production of electricity is there. Okay, when current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it can changes the magnetic lines of forces, it cuts the magnetic lines of forces, and due to this the electric current is produced in it, and that is nothing but Faraday's law of induction. So what is Faraday's law of induction? We already here we have Faraday's law of induction is such like that they have stated this law: whenever a number of magnetic lines of forces passing through the coil changes, number of magnetic lines of forces passing through it are changes means the cutting of lines. If it displaces, there is change in the magnetic lines. Okay, if we displace this one or this one, solenoid coil is displaced, or either coil is displaced, we can easily see the magnetic lines of forces, the number of magnetic lines of forces are changing, and due to this current is induced in the coil. And this is Faraday's law of induction. Actually, what happens in a magnetic field? In a magnetic field, we can easily see the number of magnetic lines of forces are there. Okay, and if the magnetic material is in the contact with, in surrounding with these lines of forces, and if it cutting the magnetic lines, or it changes the magnetic lines of forces, then there is a creation of electric current. And this thing we have to mention in Faraday's law of induction. Okay, the last one is Fleming's right hand rule. So we already seen that in Fleming's left hand rule we already seen. In the Fleming's right hand rule, we have to stretch thumb, forefinger. Okay, forefinger is there, and forefinger, and another one is middle finger. Okay, so forefinger, that means index finger. Okay, sorry, here is index finger, thumb, index finger, and middle finger. We have to stretch your right hand, and these three thumb, index finger, and middle finger are mutually perpendicular to each other. Then we can say that if thumb shows the direction of force acting on the conductor, if thumb shows the direction of force acting on the conductor, and this index finger shows the direction of a magnetic field, at that situation, the middle finger shows the direction of induced current. Why it is induced current? Because there is a production of an electric current. When current carrying conductor is forced, or this current carrying conductor is movable, we have to move this conductor, and after in a magnetic field we have to move electric conductor in a magnetic field, and due to Faraday's law of induction, there is induced current is produced, and this indicates by the middle finger, which can indicates the direction of electric current which is produced in that there. The left hand rule and right hand rule, all these parameter, thumb shows the direction of force of a conductor. Okay, this index finger shows the direction of a magnetic field. Okay, and the middle finger shows the direction of electric current. Here electric current is there, magnetic field is there. In a left hand rule, electric current is there, magnetic field are there, and it can displaces the conductor. That means force is acting on the conductor. Due to this, there is displacement of a conductor is there in the left hand rule. But here you already displaces the direction, already indicates the direction of a displacement, or a displaces the conductor is already given, and the direction of a magnetic field is there. So only one parameter it remains is conductor. There is production, that means the current is induces here, current is produced there, it indicates by the this finger, that middle finger. Okay, so in this way Fleming's right hand rule works. Okay, so I am not taking much more of those things. On page number 58, the introduction of a scientist, Michael Faraday, who explore those things, that the Fleming's that law of induction which is mentioned here. I just stop here.